Good morning and welcome. It's the 12th of April and it's just after 8 o'clock. So it's uh, the London Open. This is the AUD USD. Yesterday we had quite a good short on this pair and I got out of my trades. I think it's going to bounce off this area here. We're coming up to some really stiff support. I think it's going to have a little rest, so I'm going to get back into this a bit later. You can see the turquoise line where I got out. It's not far actually from entry at the moment, um, and we'll be looking at that later. I did very well on that. I got 4 trades in, and that they were quite heavy trades. The the profit was just too much for me to resist. the I can't do the thing with taking half of it. My brain just doesn't accept that. So here we go. AUD JPY. We're out of that. It's doing a really nice short. Came down as all the Australian dollar did. They all came down well yesterday. Um, this turquoise line is where I got out. So we'll see what happens with that today. Euro JPY. I'm still in that. It's only a small position. It has bounced back a little bit. So we'll leave that trade on, see where it goes. AUD New Zealand dollar. I got out of this at the turquoise line here. It has come back up a little bit. Again, we'll look at that later. Euro New Zealand dollar. Well, I got into this. I took 2 positions around about here. I've been knocked out of both of them this morning with this strong candle. This is a 4-hour chart. We'll put it back on a daily. It's now at mid-Bollinger Band, and the RSI is in the upper 50, and the stochastic is climbing. We'll look at this later today with a view to re-entry. Pound Australian dollar. I got out of this. The temptation was just too much. This is where I got out at the turquoise line. It bounced back a bit. I nearly got back in here, but I didn't. So this is a 30-minute chart. Let me just put it on a daily chart. There you go. I'm looking to get back in. We'll see how that goes later on today, and I might well re-enter it because this is a good long-term trade. Oil. Again, we're seeing the rise in the price of oil. I mean, the markets haven't been open long, and already we've got a fairly decent candle. I think this has got a little bit more to go, so we're going to give it another couple of days. What I'd like to do when my Mexican peso trade, when I can get a stop behind that, I want to put some money into the oil. AUD CAD. It wiggled about a little bit yesterday, didn't do a lot. It's coming down. It's coming down. Yeah, little bit of support there. So we'll see. Give it a couple more days. It'll probably drop a bit more. Euro dollar. It's still gradually eking its way up. So we'll leave that for a little bit. Stochastic's pointing up. RSI is pointing up. So give that a few days. Euro GBP. Same again. It's sort of like it's down towards the bottom Bollinger Band. It's following down nicely actually, but we're not in it, and I don't think that's a good entry point. Silver. I put another trade on this, so I've doubled my pain. It shot up yesterday. I think that's going to come back down. It's finding a stiff resistance here at this level, so I'm looking for that to short. I was just about at entry earlier on. I'm a little bit down on the Mexican peso today. It's still bobbing around along this support line. Um, I, I feel certain that's going to turn up. The the Japanese yen, USD Japanese yen, that fell nicely yesterday. This is a trade I'm not in. I was expecting it to long. It shorted. So whoever's in it, that was a nice little win for them. Sadly, I was not. USD Canadian dollar. This still, I'm not backing it. This is where I got out at the blue line. Um, we'll watch that over the next couple of days. The RSI is pointing down, the stochastic's pointing down. It's not hurting where it is. So I'm just really pleased with what I achieved for this month, and we'll we're not going to rush getting back in. We'll take a nice position on a pair. We'll find something. I think the oil's going to be the one that I'm really interested in. That is a positive swap on it, and there's quite a lot of profit there. It is, in my opinion, a short trade. Well, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully catch you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye now.